So hello everybody. I think now we can start with our live event. This live event is about Microsoft Teams, and today we are planning to show you some tips and tricks how you can utilize the benefits of this platform. We'll start with what exactly is Microsoft Teams, how we are using it in our organizations, and how you can utilize it to be more productive when you work from home or from any place. My name is Trifon Dimov, and I work in Telling Business Services as a marketing and communications lead. I want to tell you a little bit more about myself first. I started my career in an education role in Microsoft, so I spent around 2 years in Microsoft. Where I actually got a little bit more familiar with their solutions and what actually the company is offering to their customers. Um, all my life, I have been using different kind of digital tools for remote work and collaboration, communication. And today I will showcase you how to use the platform within your organization or within your daily workflow. Um, Myself, I don't have really a technology background. I have a business background, and my idea is to show that you don't have to be tech savvy to use the platform and to um, run your digital communication collaboration. A little bit more about the company I'm working for. Telling Business Services is a technology company. Our main mission is to simplify the complex, and we have divided our technology knowledge in 7 different key technology pillars. And one of the technology pillars actually is modern workplace, where actually sees the solution Microsoft Teams. So we are helping every day our customers to be more productive, working remotely and running seamless communication with their customers. So that is one of our main goal. As a company, our core business is system integration and IT advisory, as well as licensing distribution. You can learn more about the company on our company website, tbs.tech, or you can Google us. You'll find us kind of easy. But let's start with Microsoft Teams. What exactly is Microsoft Teams? Microsoft Teams is a digital tool. It's produced by Microsoft. Microsoft is the company behind Microsoft Teams, and Microsoft defines Teams as digital hub for teamwork, part of Microsoft 365. Microsoft Teams, simply said, is a digital tool, online and a physical application you can use to run your online meetings, to run your calls, chat communication, share and collaborate on files with your coworkers or your customers. And in the same time, you can embed your favorite applications part of Microsoft portfolio within the dashboard of Teams. Microsoft Teams, as Microsoft is saying, is part of their productivity platform called Microsoft 365, which actually offers a tool set of different kind of digital applications, which aims to make us a little bit more productive at our workspace. So Microsoft Teams is only one of the tools. Other tools part of Microsoft 365, for example, is OneDrive or Office Online, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc., forms, and all kind of different applications you can use. So Microsoft Teams is the hub for digital and online collaboration. Microsoft Teams helps us connect with our colleagues and run digital meetings or instant messaging wherever we actually are. We only need an internet connection, and we can start talking with our colleagues. Microsoft Teams offers digital communication via meetings, instant messaging, and online calls. Why we want to talk about Microsoft Teams? In our opinion, Microsoft Teams is one of the most spread IT solution for digital collaboration in the workplace. That's the first reason. The second reason is that it's our preferred choice. We have embedded the solution in our company. We're using it on a daily basis, and we're benefiting from different kind of functionality the solution is offering. According to Microsoft, 87 of the companies from Fortune 100 are using Microsoft Teams as a collaboration and communication solution in the office. It supports a lot of languages, and it's one of the most spread platforms from this kind. Other platforms which actually are doing the same are Cisco WebEx, for example. You can also use Zoom, or even some people say they're using the Facebook communication capabilities. But in our opinion, the good thing about Microsoft Teams is that it's embedding everything in one tool. So you don't have to spread around different kind of tools like using Facebook Messenger for instant messaging and Zoom for video conferencing. Microsoft Teams is giving you everything in one simple dashboard. As I said that Microsoft Teams is only one of the solutions embedded in the Microsoft 365 product offering. Here you can see the dashboard of Office 365, which is also part of Microsoft 365, and you can see how many different kind of tools Microsoft is offering, and Teams here on the lower end is only one of the solutions embedded in that toolset. As you can see, part of Office 365 are different kind of solutions like Stream. Stream is used for video streaming. Sway, with Sway you can build some pretty cool interactive presentations. You can see your PowerPoint online, your OneNote, your Word online, Excel online, etc., etc. The cool thing about Teams is that actually it's working on a large variety of devices. So Microsoft has built Teams for desktop, which you can use on your PC. You can use it on your iPad or tablet mobile device. You can access Teams directly from the web if you have Edge or Chrome as a web browser. I'm going to show you that in a minute, how it actually looks like. So you don't even have to install the application in your device. You only need a web browser and internet connection to access your collaboration hub. It works also on Mac, and it presents a really cool experience on your mobile phone if you're using iPhone or Android. Before I continue with the live presentation, I want to remind you kindly that you have a Q&A pane on your right side. So if you have any questions or you want to know a little bit more about a specific functionality I'm presenting, just please drop your question on your in the question pane. And Faris, who's actually a colleague of mine and moderating this event, will help me answer all the questions which you have. So the first functionality I want to show you that Teams is having is the instant messaging called the chat functionality. It is part from the communication functionality Teams is offering, and actually it's pretty easy. It gives you the chance to talk with one-on-one with one of your colleagues, so make a group chat with a specific group of your colleagues. You can add some guests. It's not needed your connections to be in your organization. You can invite external people to join your chat and video conferencing, and it actually combines everything in one place. But let me show you how actually Teams works. First, I want to present you how you can access Teams online. So here I have opened Teams in my Chrome browser, but how you can access actually the platform, open a new tab and type teams.microsoft.com. Oops. Yeah, I have a typo, teams.microsoft.com. So here Teams will start loading, and actually it opens the application in my browser. It opens it online. So you can see that although I have installed Teams in my PC, I can open the application without even needing to have it installed. I can open the browser, I can write down teams.microsoft.com, and the application is already running within my browser. The only thing I need actually to start using the application is a seamless internet connection. So that's the only thing I need for now. So I'm going to switch on my desktop application because in my opinion, it looks a little bit better. Whoops. So here how the chat are looking. So that is how the application actually looks on my desktop. Here on the very left side of the application, I have my quick access buttons. As you can see, there are activity, chats, Teams, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, my calendar, I can start a call from here, files, and my add-ins. From the activity log, when I press the activity log, I can see everything happening in my organization regarding me. You know, I can see where I am mentioned, what conversations I'm a part of, where somebody's talking to me. And the idea behind this activity log here is not to lose track on what's going on with my projects and tasks. So look on this pane like a feed for your ongoing projects. But speaking about chats, here, as you can see, I'm opening, I can open the instant messaging functionality. Here, I can see all the different kind of people I'm talking to. If I want to have somebody always on the top, I can easily pin that person and it stays on the top. So how to actually initiate a chat? Here I have a search ribbon, which I can use to start a new chat. When I start typing the name of the person I want to start the chat with. For example, I'm going to start writing down the name of my colleague Nadezhda. And as you can see, Teams automatically starts to recommend me different people within my organization I can start chatting with. If I press on the name of Nadezhda, it starts the chat. So you can see our previous chats, all our chat history, and everything we have been discussing before. Here I can write down a new message. Hello, Nadezhda. And I send it. As you can see here, I have a little icon sorry about that, on the lower right corner, which actually shows me if Nadezhda has seen my message or not. Now I see that she has seen my message, so I'm expecting for a reply. So the other way to, sorry about that. The other way to start a new conversation via the chat is with this little icon here, new chat. Again, Teams is asking me, who do you want to chat with? Again, I need to write down the name, Nadezhda, select it, and drop another message. When I say that Teams is, oh, hello, Nadezhda, thank you very much for the reply, very kind of yours. When I say that Teams actually is keeping everything on one place, I want to show you that On the upper part of the window here, I have different kind of tabs. If I hover over Nadezhda's name here, I can receive additional information about her. I can see her role, her phone number, her email address. So everything about my colleague in a very simplified window. In the same time, here I have chat, and that is active because actually we have started chats, but also we have files, organizations, and activity, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So that's actually the way to start a conversation with Nadezhda via the instant messaging of Teams. So the other way of running a seamless communication via Teams is communicating through meetings. Teams is giving us the chance to run digital meetings and actually schedule meetings, running meetings through our calendars, inviting people in our organization and out of our organization within a digital meeting. And actually the experience looks pretty cool. As I said, you have different type of options regarding the meetings. You can have private meetings only for people which are working in your organization. You can run meetings with people externally, for example, with your customers or with your partners, if you want to present them, show them, or discuss something with them. And another way of running a digital meetings is broadcasting a live event. Actually, we are using exactly Microsoft Teams to broadcast our webinar today and present to undefined array of people. So I'm going back to Teams because I want to show you a demo how actually you can schedule a meeting. If you don't want to schedule and you want just to start calling via voiceover or webcam directly, you can use one of the buttons up here on the right. If I press this button, it will start automatically a video call. If I press this button, it will start only a voiceover call. But if I want to schedule a meeting with a specified amount of people, I can do that. I can go to calendar. Here I can see all my calendar and different type of meetings. And here in the calendar pane, I can just click the time slot I want to choose. And here it opens actually a meeting invite form to fill. Here I need to add a title. I'm adding the title test meeting. I need to add the attendees of my meeting, which again, I'm saying they could be internal for organization, but not only. You can invite your partners or customers who are out of your organization. It will work again pretty fine. In the purpose of this, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to add Nadezhda again. Click enter, it adds Nadezhda as one of my attendees. I can add as many attendees I want. I need to specify the time. Let me go a little bit back in time because I want to start the meeting right away. Cool. The end time, for example, let's say 15,000. Okay. You can start an all-day event. Here it asks me whether to repeat that meeting. For example, if we have a scheduled meeting every Monday, for example, to sync within the week with our workflow, I can make a repetitive type of meeting and say Teams, hey, I want that meeting to be repeated daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, or in a custom cadence. I can add a specific channel. If I want to embed the meeting in location. In this time, if I need to book a room, I can select the room from the office. But in this time, it's a digital meeting. I don't need to do that. And here in the body of the meeting, I can give a little bit more information about what we will discuss. For example, the agenda. Agenda 1, 2, 3. When I'm ready with all of those different mini windows, I can just send a meeting and it will appear seamlessly in my calendar. Now, if I want to join that digital meeting, again, from my calendar, I see the meeting, I click on the meeting, and I click join. So when the time starts, just click join and it will open you that digital meeting, which is pretty handy in my opinion. Now we will try to connect with Nadezhda to see if she can connect and show you the experience via the digital meeting. The cool thing about Teams is that it automatically actually handles the email regarding the email invite of the meeting, and when you create the meeting, it actually makes an automatic email with the join link, which is sent to Nadezhda, and she only needs to click it on and get in our digital meeting room. So if I click join now, I want to show you what is the experience from that. Now it's saying that, hey, your live event is in progress. Do you want to continue? Because everybody can see your screen. Teams is very smart. Thank you for that, Teams. I am going. So what actually Teams did was just to disconnect me from the call, from the live event, to prioritize actually the private meeting. That's what Teams did. I didn't expect that, and I'm very sorry about it. I hope now you will see my. Hope now you'll see my screen again. Just waiting for the screen to load. So yeah, now you can see back my screen. I'm pretty sorry about that. I didn't expect actually Teams to prioritize the private call. I was thinking that it will go on top of the live event. But what actually happened, we started a private call with Nadezhda and the broadcasting stopped. So give me a sign that that we are back. Faris, are we back online?
Yes, it's all good.
Perfect, thank you very much. Again, pretty sorry about that. I wanted to show you the live functionality of digital meetings, but maybe I won't be able to do that. I'll just try once again to see if Teams will prioritize again this screen. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, it will kick me out of the live event again if I start the conversation. So I won't be able to show you right now how what is the experience from the digital meetings, but more or less it is pretty similar with the one Zoom is having, with a little bit more options. For example, it's pretty cool that Microsoft has built the functionality to blur your background when your webcam is on. That's how actually you can have a little bit more privacy when you're having your meetings. It's pretty cool that you can unmute your microphone, just not to kind of distract the presenter. You can kind of turn on and off the camera, or give the control to the presenter. And the presenter could share the screen like exactly the way I'm sharing right now, and they can open a presentation, for example, like that, and present, which I think is pretty handy if you need to kick off a meeting and with your customers and run, for example, a presentation. They will see the presentation on their screens, and it will be pretty useful. If you need somebody to join and take the control of the presentation, that also is possible. For example, if there are different presentators within different speakers within one presentation, you can handle the control of each of the people, so they can kind of move the presentation on their own. It's not needed for you to change the to change the slides. So more or less, that are the ways to run digital communication through Microsoft Teams, either via scheduling a meeting within the calendar, or start an instant messaging within the chat, and a direct call, video or audio from this pane here on the upper corner. So I will stop for a second just to ask if there are any questions regarding the communication methodology Teams is offering.
No questions so far.
Okay, guys, if you want to learn something more specific about the solution, just drop your question in the Q&A window. So let's continue with the different type of collaboration functionalities Teams is offering. Actually, the best thing of Teams is that you can gather all of the people you need for a specific project or task in one place. So Teams is offering the functionality called Teams, as well as different kind of share and collaborative editing of documents, which helps you, first of all, communicate with a specific group of people, brainstorm, share ideas, run discussions, as well as edit files seamlessly together. How that actually looks in Microsoft Teams. I'm going back to the application. And do you see this button here, Teams? When I click it, it shows all the different teams I am enrolled in. So what exactly is a Microsoft team? Look on Microsoft team as a specific digital group of people which are gathered in a different base. For example, you can gather people based on a different kind of projects. If we're running a project with a specific stack of colleagues of mine, I can create a new team, add those people who are responsible for the project, and collaborate in this group called team in Microsoft Teams. We can build different teams based on our roles. For example, as you can see from my daily work, I have created a marketing and comms team, and all of my colleagues are in this team, and we are running our conversations here. Every team is containing different channels. See the channels as different topics. When you create the team, it automatically creates the general channel, but you can kind of existing or remove some of the channels you don't need. For example, I have added three more channels: external communications, internal communications, and marketing, general marketing. The channels, simply said, are something like different rooms within the group, which is called team. Different rooms where we run different discussions based on the topic of the channel. For example, in the general channel, we run general discussions. Here we talk about external communications, for example, internal communications, and here we talk about marketing. How actually a channel looks when I click on the general channel, here you can see the different discussions. Here I have an option to start a new discussion. And for example, I can start a discussion. Hey guys, let's talk about the webinar this Friday. I can send it, and that opens a new discussion. So that's the way of starting a completely new discussion in Microsoft Teams within a channel, part of a team. When I drop the discussion here, that makes it actually appear in the personal team pane of each and every person part of this group. For example, I have all my team here. When I start this discussion, everybody from my team will be notified that I have started a new discussion. Here they can reply based on this discussion. Please make sure the video is okay. So here we can see that Nadezhda actually replied. She saw my notification. She replied. She put a cute little penguin. You can also do that. And that's how we started the discussion. It's pretty cool that within this discussion, actually, I can just format the text. Let me show you. I can format the text. I can make some of this text bold, some of it regular. If I want to put an accent on something, and I can drop it. I can drop it right here. Oops, sorry. Let me go back to the theme so I can drop it. Another thing I can do, and I find it really handy, is that I can actually attach a file, upload from my computer, for example, or I can also use OneDrive or different kind of files in my Teams. So let me click upload from my computer, downloads, test, open. Now it's uploading the file. I can write a caption, for example, please check this out, enter, and I can attach my file pretty easy. It's part of the discussion, so you won't lose track on what's going on within that conversation. And at the same time, it's accessible from everybody part of this channel. What else I can do? I can use the GIFs. They're pretty fun if you want to bring a little bit of color in your discussion. I don't know why this one I choose, but it's funny, I think. So another option another option you have is to start a team meeting right away from this discussion. That will actually kick off a meeting within everybody part of this discussion, which I find really cool. If you need to sync something quickly and you don't want to add everybody separately, you can just click this button and it will automatically start a meeting. How to create a team is something I want to show you right now. So you click on Teams.
Trifon,
You click on Teams.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Can you just reshare your content on the screen?
To reshare my content. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Did you lose me?
Yes, the screen is lost.
Sorry, I'm resharing. So I'm resharing. You should be back on.
Yes, we're back.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Always.
So how you can create a team? We choose teams, and here on the very lower part of the window, you can click join or create a team. Let me show you how this looks. So we have different options. I'll choose the first one, create a team. It's giving me the chance to use an Office 365 group, but we don't need that now. I'll just click build a team from scratch. It's giving me the chance to add only a specific list of people who can join the team, or I can open it across all my organization. What is the difference between that? If I choose the first option, I will manually need to add everybody within this group to be able to see my content. If I choose the second one, everybody part of my organization, for example, everybody part of Telling Business Services could enroll themselves free without my permission and follow the discussion. If I click private, I need to give a name of the team, test name, create. It's creating team. Nice work. Thank you, teams. Now I need to add members. For example, again, I start to write down the name or the email. For example, at Nadezhda. It's part of my organization. That's why team is recommending me the account based on the name. If I want to add somebody who's actually out of my organization, I need to write down the email of that person. For example, John. Let be John. John/John at john.com. So Teams automatically says, "Hey guy, this John, you want to invite this out of your organization. Do you want to add him as a guest?" Yes, I want to add him as a guest. As you can see, it's pretty cool that Teams is saying that this person is out of my organization. Just to remind me that, I need to have that in mind. So add. Teams is adding members. I can change the permission. If I make Nadezhda the owner, she'll have full access upon my team, and she'll have the chance to adjust the settings. But a member is just okay. So close. I can find my test team here on the very bottom. And again, if you remember, it automatically creates the general channel. If I want to add one more channel from the 3 dots here, when you see 3 dots in a Microsoft application, that should always mean settings. I can add a channel. If I add a channel from the settings, it will ask me for the channel name, test, and I can add it. Again, I'm reminding you that the different channels should be considered as different kind of rooms for discussion. Another thing I can actually do with the team, I can add additional members. If I have missed to add somebody in the very beginning, I can leave the team, I can edit the team. Something pretty cool is that I can get a link to the team. Like I can just click here, get a link to the team and send it directly to somebody if I want that person to join easily, only following the link, and it will jump in the team. So that's how the Teams functionality works within Microsoft Teams. I hope I could outline more or less the idea behind the teams. Do you have any questions, guys, about the teams and how the teams are working and how you can utilize the benefits?
So there are a few questions. So what about screen sharing files with people outside the organization? Is the first one.
Okay, so when you run a digital meeting, it will give you the possibility to share your screen, no matter the attendees are in your organization or external. So if you want to present, for example, something to your partners or customers, or somebody who's not part of your tenant, Microsoft tenant, that is possible, absolutely possible.
And then what about the file sharing with people outside the organization?
Again, that is also possible, but I will speak a little bit more about the file sharing and the policies you can manage on the very ending of the webinar. When I speak about the security and privacy, I will talk a little bit more about that. And I will answer that question. Yeah.
There's another question: if content shared inside a team can be accessed or viewed from the general group.
So once again, if a content is shared within a team, for example, if I share a file within a team, yeah. What was the ending of the question?
Can the file be accessed or viewed from the general group?
Pretty much depends where you drop it. If you drop it in a channel, it's viewed across the whole team. If you drop it here, it's possible to be seen only from the people part of the team. That's how the access is working, no matter if internal or external. But again, it's based on the policies you have for your documents. By default, the files are visible.
Another question: if it is possible to take control of a shared screen from a person outside your organization.
Absolutely possible. Yeah, that is absolutely possible. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sad that I cannot show you how a digital meeting looks, because when I start digital meeting, it actually switches to turns off the screen, the broadcasting. But yeah, definitely you can do that. You can give control, take control from people in your organization as well as people out of your organization.
Okay, and then another question is: how do you create a meeting through Outlook calendar within a specific channel or team?
Within a specific channel or team, how it gets to your calendar. So
No, how do you create it through Outlook calendar, and then it's addressed to a specific team or channel?
Oh, wow, that's a very good question. To be honest, I don't know. I know how to create a general meeting within Outlook. That's a pretty interesting question, and I will make sure that we'll try to answer that question in the event discussion within Facebook and LinkedIn. Right after the event, I'll do my research and I'll make sure to answer that question. But usually how things are looking within Outlook is integrated as part of the Microsoft 365 portfolio, is totally integrated with Teams. And I'm going to show you how to send a meeting through Outlook. If you open Outlook, please don't read my emails. And I go to my calendar down here. As you can see, I have mails, calendars, etc. It opens my active calendar. If I want to schedule a meeting, for example, for the 21st of April, I create a new event. It will look a little bit different in Windows, but more or less the same, because now I'm on Mac. I click the invite button. Here again, I need to specify the people I want to invite in or out of my organization, test.test.com, in or out of my organization, subject, test, and location. Actually, location is not needed. I'm going to show you why. Here on the upper ribbon of your Outlook, you have Teams meeting. When I click the Teams meeting, as you can see, it automatically changes the location to Microsoft Teams meeting location, and it will automatically send a link to the recipients I have mentioned here. So when I click send, it's sending the invites, as you can see down here. And it updates my calendar automatically. Teams and Outlook are working together, and if I open my Teams calendar for the 21st, let me see, here is my test meeting, so I can kind of edit it from here as well. How I can use Outlook and mention a specific channel, I promise I will check that out, because it never actually, I never actually needed to do that, and it never actually crossed my mind. But I promise I'll run that. Research, and we're going to answer you. Just check our Facebook and LinkedIn discussions underneath the event.
Another question
Any
is
other
how,
questions?
sorry, how do you find out that you've been added to a channel or not?
Oh, that's pretty cool question. Every time I add another attendee of the team, it notifies the attendee right here. In the activity log, you'll start seeing those little red notifications. And when I click the activity log, the first notification will be, hey guys, you were added in a new channel or a new team. As well as seamlessly with that, the person who I invited will start seeing the team in their Teams pane. The teams are pretty handy also for running different kind of project, because one complex project could be divided in different tasks. Again, think the team as the project and the channels as a different task within one project. I hope I explained that in an understanding kind of way. Do we have another questions, Faris, regarding the
The
teams?
question is, what are the tools that you use for this live event?
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but I'll say that once again. We are using again Teams. Teams is behind the handling of the broadcast. So another functionality of Teams is to have digital meetings, so live events, one to many, like the many is undefined group of people. So Teams is behind everything. Teams is making that possible. Pretty cool question, actually.
And there's a little bit more complicated question now. So is there also a way to reserve rooms or equipment for a meeting through Teams? Because Outlook using Exchange, it offers you this, but in Teams you cannot find the rooms or equipment names. So is there a way to synchronize so you can manage this through Teams?
Yep, pretty much possible. I will show you how to make that with rooms, because that's what I use. I'm not really using equipment. So actually, I think when I click location and the different type of rooms are added in my Exchange server, they automatically appears here in Teams. But I'm pretty sure it works the same way with equipments. If, for example, I want to reserve a company car or a company asset, I just need to start writing down the name of the asset or the name of the room which I want to reserve. So if I want to reserve this room, I click it up, and it's saying if it's free or not. So I see that one is free, click, and I reserve it. I can also start writing down the name if I know the exact name of the asset or the room. So you can do that within the location. So I know that in Outlook it's a little bit more different, but you can also do that within Teams.
All right, and then we have another question of exactly how do we do live streaming with Teams?
It's pretty easy when you schedule the meeting. Let me show you. I'm going to discard that one. Make a meeting. So scheduling the system. Let me see from where was that. No, here I can see the availability. There was an option to choose what kind of meeting to be, a live event or a casual meeting. Let me just see where was that. Let me go back to my calendar. Here it is. Okay. So when I'm in my calendar, here I have the plus button, a new meeting. When I click the plus button, it will add a regular meeting. But if I want to add a live event, here I just press the live event. I give a title to the live event, the location, the start and end time, time zone, all the different kind of information about the live event. And when I create it, it will give me a link for that live event. Be careful. Your link to join the live event and the link you provide to the attendees is different. Don't give them the link for the producers, because the attendees will have the access to your streaming, and probably they can guide your streaming. So be careful with the links.
Maybe you can switch to the producer screen so the people can actually see how the producer dashboard looks like.
That's cool. Yeah. So guys, that's how actually the producing screen looks like. So I see what I have broadcasted live, what I have queued, and I can add different. Let me close that. I can add different screens which I want to be visible to the people I'm presenting to. I'm seeing that our event is going nearly to an end. I briefly want to show you one more thing, the collaboration in Microsoft Teams, which is pretty cool, and I think it will be handy for you. And that's why I will take 10 more minutes of your time and show you how the collaboration is working, and actually how people could work together in one document. So no, if I want to share a document, for example, with Nadezhda, I can drag and drop it directly in the communication page. I have already shared the document, that's why it's asking me to replace it. Replace, please. I can add a caption again directly in the chat section. Notice that we're in the chat section. Hey, let's work together here. Enter. So she is having that document shared in the chat as well as my message. If we both click to that document, the document opens within Teams, which is super cool in my opinion. And when it loads, come on, load, we can start editing it simultaneously together. Paragraph 1. Now, Nadezhda could also join, and here we see Nadezhda and Kuska just joined, and she could edit as well as I am. We can work together on the in the document together, which is super cool. Now, yeah, it's really nice. And the document is automatically saved. We don't need even to save it because it automatically saves. And where actually the document stays is really, really nice. When I go back to the conversation, back in my chat session, where I can find that document. Do you see that little files tab? If I click files, here actually is a document. Here are all the shared files I have with that specific person. So if I want to see if we have any improvement regarding that document, I click here and I can see the document. If I need to send it or download it, that is also possible. The three dots right here, download. Another thing I want to quickly mention, I go back in chats, is the topic about security and compliance. The Microsoft Teams solution is using the Microsoft compliance and security solutions, so you can define different kind of policies for your organization, and the messaging is quite safe, so you benefit as from the Microsoft extended security solutions, part of Microsoft 365 and Office 365. So don't worry about losing some information or having your personal or corporate data kind of leaking out of your organization. Everything is very secured. Part of your retention policies, you can add different retention policies. For example, if you don't want to share or mention specific type of information, like for example, credit card information, when you start typing credit card information, Teams will say automatically, hey, I'm not going to publish that because your organization is having a policy not to exchange sensitive data. So it's pretty cool, it's pretty secured. Several things about the administration of the application. As a cloud solution, that's something I forgot to mention in the beginning. Microsoft Teams is absolutely a cloud solution which you don't need to install, maintain on local servers. Everything is living in the cloud. It's live and it's working in the cloud, which actually is granting you the chance to keep the service running without worrying about what's going on within the servers. The cool thing is that the administration of the whole Microsoft Teams solution is pretty easy. You have a simple dashboard, part of your Microsoft 365 administration page, and you can add new accounts. You can remove accounts. You can do and define different kind of policies. Etc. etc. I don't want to dig too deep in that topic because probably we'll have a separate webinar only for administrators and how to administrate Microsoft Teams. Let me go back to my presentation quickly to see if there's something I have missed. Yeah, something pretty cool I want to mention only is the chance to add additional applications in your team. Teams is absolutely integrated with different kind of applications, which we can add here, more apps, and embedded in our daily workflow, like Poly. If we go down, we see Evernote. We can share notes. We can share images in Microsoft Image application, so we can embed it really a lot of different digital applications and make them part of our everyday work. Something pretty cool is the possibility to define shifts for your first line workers. Now I have never used that because I don't need to make shifts of my team. But if you want to define shifts for your employees, that is also possible, and you can kind of build your shift schedule directly in Teams. With that, more or less, I think I covered everything. I want to say that Teams is applicable no matter of your organization as a scale, like even for small or big, large organizations, it's applicable. It's super useful, in my opinion, no matter of your department. I'm part of the marketing department, and I totally love it. Our sales guys are also using it. It's applicable for HR, IT, support, engineering, project management, etc., etc. I want to mention that there are specific versions of Teams for education and healthcare, which are giving a little bit more extended functionalities if you're an academic or a customer part of the healthcare. So check that out. And before I give you a little bit of information about our active campaign right now of Teams, I want to show you something really cool we're doing from Telling Business Services. If you go on our website, let me open our website, tbs.tech, and you go a little bit down, and the In Focus section, you can see this little small banner. Microsoft announced in the beginning of the crisis with the pandemic across the globe that they're extending their free trial for Microsoft Teams for 6 months. So if you want to use and try Microsoft Teams, you can benefit from 6 months of free Microsoft Teams. That's how actually you can try the application and use it as hopefully long as this situation is in progress, and actually build your digital office for you and your employees. We have an active campaign right now, and everybody who actually wants to try Microsoft Teams for 6 months and needs technical assistance and advisory how to do that, you can reach out to us, and we will help you for free with the technical setup of Microsoft Teams. We'll give you some tips and tricks how to do the administrative work behind Teams, and we'll make Teams live for your organization. What you need to do, you need to click Learn More and sign up. That's how we will know that you need our assistance. Sign up for free, and one of our engineers will come back to you shortly after your registration, and will give you that assistance you need. Another asset I think is pretty cool, and again on our website, if you go on news, oh my god, my laptop will die in a bit. If you go on news, here you can see the first news, actually the first article. Click it on, and you can learn more about how to use Teams with your customers and with your partners. Our project team actually prepared a pretty handy asset right here. Download the guide, and our project team is explaining how you can use Teams to organize your work with your customers. That's how we're doing. It's based on our practice. It's based on the method we're using to organize the work with our customers. If you find it handy, just download it, read more about how your project team could be more effective. I think that guide will be very useful for you. So give it a try. I want to announce that we are starting an onboarding of our customers of how they can work digitally with us, and how we are shifting our day-to-day project operations completely in Teams. So everybody who we are working with currently, stay tuned and expect our PM team to reach you out and give you a little bit more information and assistance if you need. So with that, I think I covered most of the topics I had in the agenda. If you think that we need to dig a little bit deeper in a specific subject, part of Teams or any other Microsoft solution or digital solution, please give us a comment underneath the event. That's how we will learn what is interesting for you, how valuable you find the digital events we're running, and do you need a little bit more information about something else. So please comment underneath our event in Facebook and LinkedIn, and as well as if there's something we didn't cover today and you need to learn more, let us know, and we will reply to your questions in the discussion. So now, Faris, do we have some questions left?
I think
we need to cover briefly.
So we have sorry, we just have one question that we left unanswered for now. So if you go back to your team discussion with Nadezhda or your chat.
Okay, yeah.
Question is, the document that you were sharing, who has access to this document? So is it only you and Nadezhda, or can everybody in the organization access it? And then what happens if you click on the Files tab on the left?
So it's only me and Nadezhda for now. But let me show you something. Just a second. Let me show you something. If I want to extend the group of people, just give me a second, sorry. The group of people who can edit this document, when I click the three dots on the document I've shared, I can do that, get link. And I can use that link to provide access to other people. Another way of doing that, if I go on files and I open the document, that question is pretty cool, actually. I totally love it. I can share it from here as well. So let me see, opening browser, editing, where was the share button? Was that? No, that's the comment. Let me just find where was the share button. Close, editing. Let me open it from the desktop tab. It's going to be easier. If I open it in the desktop app, the application will start loading my Word application, and here I have a share button. If I click the share button, here I can include more people. For example, I'm adding Faris. Faris, send. If I send it, I'll enroll him as well, and he'll have access on this document, part of our discussion, part of the discussion with me and Nadezhda, simply said. So more or less, that's it. So the rule is that initially only me and Nadezhda are having access, but we can add more people if we need to. Summarized. That. So anything else?
Can you click the Files tab, which is to the left of your chat contacts?
Oh, this one.
Yes, at least from what I understand.
Yeah. So this button here actually is showing all of the files I am working on and shared in Teams discussions or chats. That's what actually this button here is doing. It's giving me a bird's eye view of all of my documents, no matter what they are, and it's giving me the information with who I have shared that, where it's shared, when it's shared, so I can access my documents a little bit faster from here. That's what this actually button does.
And one more question is, how can you merge calendars in Outlook and Teams?
Actually, Teams is using your Outlook calendar, part of your Exchange account, so you don't need to merge them. They're one. You know, they're not separate. If I make some changes in my Teams calendar, where was that? If I make some changes here in my Teams calendar, it automatically changes my Outlook calendar. So yeah. They are, totally synchronized.
Okay, I believe that was the last question in the discussion.
So yeah, guys, thank you very much for being with us today. I want to show you our LinkedIn page and where we can run and keep the discussion about Microsoft Teams going. I wish we had more time. Unfortunately, we are already late. But if I open the event in LinkedIn, it's also applicable for Facebook. Here underneath the event, we have a discussion going, so you can easily start a new discussion, and we can answer your questions. There, we're going to answer the question we actually couldn't earlier. So drop us your ideas, drop us your feedback. If you enjoyed this live event, please give us your feedback, share what you like, what you dislike. If you need my assistance, feel free to add me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, so add me on LinkedIn, Trifon Dimov, I'm part of Telling Business Services organization. I'll be happy to reply to everybody. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your interest. Stay tuned to learn more about our next webinars. And of course, please don't forget um, to drop us your feedback and opinion. Thank you very much once again. Stay safe and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you,
Goodbye
everyone.
from us.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.